Thank you very much, President. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My question is to the Minister representing the Prime Minister, Senator Wong. On Saturday, the CFMEU announced that it would expand operations in New South Wales. The New South Wales CFMEU boss, Michael Crosby, said, and I quote, "We are looking at large, multiple, complex residential construction and it may push up costs," end quote. Given they are supposed to be in administration and have been shown to increase the cost of construction by up to 30%, will the government now intervene to stop this CFMEU expansion?
Good question.
Thank you, Senator Bragg. Minister Wong.
Thank you, President. I thank Senator Bragg for his question, and I note that he is one of those on that side who does, I think, still support net zero, and is not joining in the Senator Cash's, Senator Canavan's, Mr Joyce's campaign to undermine their leader, which is, I have to say, quite an extraordinary sight to watch. But, Senator Bragg, I will come to your question. It's a minor detour. It's only a minor detour, to be fair. You wouldn't be. I was not aware, Senator, and I will get further information of the details of everything you have outlined. Obviously, we had Auckland over the weekend, and I was engaged primarily on other matters. You would be. Because I never know how to answer anything, Senator. That's right. What I would say to you, Senator, and I'll see if I can get some further information specifically on New South Wales. As you would know, we have made our position in relation to the CFMEU clear. You will recall that the government has put in place an administration and administrator in relation to the CFMEU. You would be aware that the government has been very clear about our view in relation to the CFMEU, and we will continue to work to ensure that the sort of corruption and misconduct and alleged corruption and misconduct that has been both found and asserted is stamped out. As I have said on multiple occasions, we are a labour movement. We know the benefit of trade unions for working people, and we also know that organised crime has no place inside the trade union movement.
Thank you, Minister Wong. Senator Bragg, first supplementary.
Thank you very much. Treasury says that the government won't hit the Labor Party's target of 1.2 million new houses by the end of the decade. Perhaps as part of the advice you're seeking, Minister, can the government guarantee that the CFMEU's latest efforts won't push up construction costs around the country and push housing completion figures even lower?
Thank you, Senator Bragg. Minister Wong.
Well, Senator, I think we all know that one of the primary drivers of housing prices going up is a lack of supply, which is why the government has, both in the context of the election but also in our first term, invested in a very large set of housing policies which both deal with demand and supply. And I would make the point, Senator Bragg, that you and others were amongst those who prevented and held up some of those key supply measures during the last term and now complain about housing supply and prices. I would also make the point about prices that we don't believe that the answer to housing shortages is A, simply cutting wages, or B, implementing the sort of policy that you came to the election with, which was super for housing, which would have driven up housing prices by more than $90,000 in capital cities.
Thank you, Minister. Senator Bragg, second supplementary.
Thank you. The government's efforts to put the CFMEU into administration appear to have failed. Will your government now consider supporting the Coalition's Housing Investment Probity Bill, which will ban CFMEU involvement in all Housing Australia Future Fund projects?
Thank you, Senator Bragg. Minister Wong.
Well, I reject. Thank you, President. I reject the proposition that Senator Bragg puts. He makes an assertion about the government's actions in relation to the CFMEU. And I again say in this case, we have taken the strongest possible action by placing the CFMEU into administration. That is the fact. That is the fact. We've taken the strongest possible action in placing the CFMEU in administration. The administrator, I understand, has terminated already a number of officials involved in some of the behaviour that was reported, and the reported behaviour was unacceptable. And the administrator is placing— well, I know you don't want to listen to this, Senator Cash, but we are actually doing the work of putting that union into administration in order to clean it up, because that is the right thing to do for working people and for the economy.
Thank you, Minister. The time for answering